Folks in Hickman County being told, watch out right now. There's a suspect that was involved in a police shooting, still on the run right now. One person is in custody. The other, though, still out there after this officer-involved shooting. It happened just after midnight near Centerville. It all began as a traffic stop. A high-speed chase ensued. The suspects tried to ditch their car into the woods, and that's when a shootout took place between suspects and police. They're not saying who fired which guns at this point. At one point, though, the suspects went to a nearby home where one of the two was arrested. The other got away. No officers were hurt. More on this later today. In Baltimore, prosecutors have decided to drop all remaining charges against the police officers involved in the death of inmate Freddie Gray. The move comes after a judge had already acquitted 3 of the 6 officers charged in that case. Gray died last spring from injuries he suffered while in the back of a police van during transport. The death of that young black man set off weeks of protests in Baltimore and then, of course, all over the country. Another story gaining national attention today. Someone who tried to take down a president is going free. A federal judge granted John Hinckley Jr. a full-time release from the hospital where he was in treatment since 1981. And who could forget, Hinckley was the trigger man in the assassination attempt against President Ronald Reagan, all to try to impress Oscar-winning actress Jodie Foster, with whom he was obsessed. Hinckley was found not guilty by reason of insanity back then, and he's been in a treatment center ever since. When he is set free, he will be living with his 90-year-old mother in Virginia. Well, the so-called glass ceiling has a big crack in it this morning as the Democratic National Convention makes history. The nomination of Hillary Clinton as the first woman to capture our party's nomination for president was the highlight, of course, for last night's action in Philadelphia. And as Jamie Yucas shows us, there's more big-time emotion in store for tonight.
Emotion spilled over as Senator Bernie Sanders moved to seal the nomination.
And I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party.
With that, Clinton smashed through the gender barrier as the first woman to lead a major party in the race for the White House. Bill Clinton turned on the charm with a deeply personal testimonial for his wife.
You should elect her because she'll never quit when the going gets tough. She'll never quit on you.
Hello, Philadelphia.
And the nominee herself tuned in by satellite.
We just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet.
Here, Hillary Clinton's running mate did a test run ahead of a speech tonight that will put him in the biggest spotlight yet.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine steps up to the convention stage, as does current Vice President Joe Biden. And after last night's focus on victims of gun violence, members of law enforcement will have their turn, including former Philadelphia Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey.
How do we bridge the gap between police and community that does exist in some communities?
It will also be an important moment for tonight's featured speaker, President Barack Obama. The White House says the president has stayed up late into the night, fine-tuning his case for Clinton, as well as his personal legacy. Jamie Yucas, CBS News, Philadelphia.